Welcome to this DaVinci Resolve Fusion node breakdown. Today's node is the raise node. So we're going to jump into Fusion and bring in a raise node. Raise. And you can see exactly what the raise node does. It pretty much is a modified zoom blur that kind of radiates through objects. And we can create like God rays with it. So in the inspector itself, you've got your center, which is down here. So we can center our object to figure out where we want our rays coming from. You've got the blend, which is the percentage of blend in your rays. The decay sets the length of the rays, how long they are. And yeah, it's a little finicky once you go a little too far, they kind of disappear. So you got to find that sweet spot. And your weight sets the fall off. So we can use this weight node to set what the actual fall off is. So you're going to kind of want to go around your weight and your decay to find your look that you're looking for. And that looks like it'll probably work. I might just move this so we get a little better effect going. There we go. And then your exposure is the intensity of the light rays. And your threshold kind of sets the luminance values that it's using to find those rays. So we can kind of fine tune our look a little more. Now, even though this is okay, on its own, it's kind of bland and we can do better than that. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in a merge node, bring this into our background, this into our foreground. And on our raise node, we're going to uncheck this merge over. So now we've got just our rays coming through. And the first thing we want to do, because you notice there's no way to actually change colors up here, is we want to change the colors of our rays. So we're going to actually just do it the easy way, bring in the background, pump that in, mask our background, and change our color. And we'll give it a little yellowish tint. There we go. Now after this, we can throw on a blur to soften it up a little bit so it's not so hard. There we go. So we've got rays coming through. Now, one other thing we can do is, since this is kind of killing our image here a little bit, the rays are extending past a little further. We're going to bring in a Bezier node and just kind of draw around our curtains here, just loosely. And remember, use our W key to sharpen them up. And we're going to pull these way up because we're going to soften this up. Pull these way down. And we're going to plug this into our merge node. And then we can go ahead and soften up our edges. So lock that real quick so we can see what we're doing without those. Right. So you can see we're just soften those edges out a little bit so it's not so harsh. And there we go. A little better, but we could probably add a little more because let's look at our original image there. So we're adding a little more. It's a little more exciting. Next thing we can do is actually, let's bring our rays down a little bit because they're a little too bright. So let's blend them in there a little more. And let's go ahead and add some particles floating around in this light. So we can bring in, say, some particles. And merge node. And let's resize this. There we go. And we will screen it. Screen. Actually, as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and screen our rays too. Let's see if that makes them look a little better. And not much difference, but a little better. Now our dust is clearly going too fast because this shot is a slow motion shot. So we can bring in a time node. So it's going a little slower, and we're going to use our same spline to merge them out. And we will change our level on our dust there so it's not so strong. And there we go. So we went from this kind of bland, boring image to this, but I think we can do even better. So we're going to bring in, because we really want this footage to look unique, I'm going to bring in a Dehancer. And this is not a Fusion node. This is a plugin, but it's an amazing plugin. And what they do is they use scientific data to create these looks based off real film. So they're not just plugins throwing noise all over. The noise goes where it's supposed to go. And I'm going to be doing a review on this, like an in-depth review here shortly. So I'm not really going to go over it much, but if you want to learn more about it before I actually put that out, you can go to Dehancer.com and you can actually use my promo code CBPROD1 and get 10% off. And it's kind of a go-to program for me right now when it comes to doing final film print for any looks. And I usually use it in the color tab, not in Fusion, but you can also use it in Fusion. So let's knock out a better look here. And first thing I'm going to do is go to my grain. Well, first select what type. We got Rec 709. And go to my film grain, and I'm going to pick a 35mm 250 for my grain. And our halation, we're going to pick 35 Super 35 and enable that. So we get a little halation going around there. And I'm going to select a linear print profile. And for my actual film look, I'm going to probably go with the Orwell Chrome Daylight, because it adds this awesome blue tint to actual daylight. Isn't that amazing? So once we get our look in there, we can start fine-tuning this, and I'm going to hit play. And what's amazing about this program is I can actually go to my monitor and check out my false colors, see what's going on. So anything that's kind of overblown, we can bring down. So you can jump into your exposure and bring them down. Or up if you need to. And one of my favorites is this clipping indicator. It'll show you exactly anything in your blacks or your whites that are actually clipping out. And we're also going to go ahead and add some 35mm gate weave. And we're going to add a little film breath too. Just to kind of give it a little movement and breath going on. And there we go. That is our new look. Going from this to this, using rays and a few other nodes to completely change the look of our footage. So that is the rays node. I will see you in the next node breakdown.